Hi everyone, it's Cindy. Welcome back to Studioloo. We're here for day 21 of Junk Journal Round Robin. And as it's winding slowly down, I'm like, no, I don't want you to end. This has been so much fun. I feel like if it was my, my role in life to just do this every day, I'd be totally okay with that. I love this challenge so much. So let's see what Mary Ellen has sent to me today. Oh, look. A lovely piece of crochet, and it has its string attached to it still. How cool. Pardon my hands, I've been gilding things. So cute. Okay, and then here from Shell. And as I'm opening this, don't forget, check out both of their channels if you haven't already, because every day this month we've all done a video of this nature. And I am seeing this painty paper towel with this beautiful green and some sparkly blue. Cool. And this lovely gal here. Oh, and this sweet little fairy house. Irish cottages discovered on the Titanic. Fabled fairies living in Irish folklore. Is it dinner time? And fantasy make Titanic their home. These fairy cottages pay tribute to the 187 Irish on board the ship. Enchanted cottages visible only during March at Titanic Museum attraction in Branson. What's MO? It's MO, guys. Can you tell I'm not American? Is it Missouri? No, it's not Missouri because there's no O in Missouri. Montana? Is Branson in Montana? MA is Massachusetts. MI is Michigan. AE, is there an ME? MO. All of my American friends right now are like, what is wrong with you? Did you not go to school? We didn't learn all this. I think it's just one of those, lesser heard about states, It's like whenever anyone talks about, Saskatchewan in Canada, we're all like, yeah, we don't know anything about Saskatchewan. It's, almost never in the news, yeah. Anyways, let me get on with the project and stop horrifying you about my terrible geographical knowledge of the United States. And let's see what we want to do. This is really pretty. Titanic Branson. It's interesting. Okay. So how to cut this out? We're going to try to maintain as much of the image as we can. Let's do this. We'll just kind of cut this out as I'm thinking. I feel like Branson... Isn't there another Branson? I feel like there's a Branson, Ohio. I'm probably, how you hear things, I think that half of our knowledge comes from just, overhearing things on TV or when people are talking, I think from the time I was a small kid, I was like, oh yeah, Chicago, Illinois, because you hear it as one thing. You don't really necessarily know it or learn it in any real way. You just hear it again and again, and that's how you get your familiarity. It's kind of interesting. What do I want to do today? As a thing. I don't think I've made a tag in a while, And I do love making tags, and I think I might make a tag today. I've got this big piece of glove box from Gloves, which I do like using for tags. So let's just tear this off here. And here at the bottom, I'll get rid of this bit. Sort of. Okay. Now, do I want it to be wide? I think maybe, yeah, but I won't cut it yet. I'm going to first attach down the papers and things. So let's just begin with a bit of glue stick. Alexa, what state is Branson in?
Branson is located in Missouri.
Okay, it is Missouri. See, that's what sounded like normal to me. But I was like, there is an O in Missouri, right? It's Missouri. It just feels like it wouldn't be Missouri, though. Like, I feel like Missouri should be like MI, but it can't be because Michigan is. So it has to be MO because it can't be anything else, I guess. You wouldn't want it to be anything else. Okay, let's try to iron out this little fold if we can. If not, it's not a big deal, because this is just backing. And I will keep the rest of this in my scraps for collage fodder. Let's just get rid of the white bit here that we don't need. And then we can trim this off. Yeah, I thought it sounded like one of those earworms, like Branson, Missouri, like, you know. Okay. There we go. Scrap. That's a nice texture. Alrighty. So I want to put this on here, but we need more going on. So first things first, I might use more of this as an additional layer. Have that kind of popping out. Yeah, I think I'll let that pop out a bit. And then I'll do another layer there. Let's just think for a minute. Yeah, I think that would work. So let's get messy here. Can we just art glitter glue this on? You know, now that I think about it, actually, before I art glitter glued that, I should really back it, because it needs a little more thickness to stand on top of that highly textured paper, or it's going to get all wrinkly, because it's thin, right? It's a magazine page. It needs a bit of support, because all those wrinkles will definitely imprint, and you'll see them right on through this. And once I get this assembled, I think I'm going to go over it with Mod Podge or matte medium, maybe, to just take the shine out. I wish all magazines were not shiny. That would be like my happy. I think that's my one challenge working with magazines, is I have this aversion to shiny like paper. That's why I'm always excited to find like illustrated books over photography, because typically photography is shiny and illustration is matte. And I think, you know, I think we all have these preferences about the paper that we use or things like that. And I definitely am a matte kind of person. So I thought I would put that up here a little bit. Let's just hold this for a moment, let it adhere itself for just a tick. And also, while we're doing that, I will rehydrate with my gigantic water bottle. Okay. Now let's snip off this excess here. Okay. Then we need to come in with more of the layers of this, and I'll use our glitter glue. Okay, so that needs to sort of go like a little lower, like that. Another little piece. Yeah. Oops. Okay. I might also use this lovely moth here. I kind of want to use this loop sort of as it is on this project, but I need to figure that out. And I need something more down here. I'm just going to take a moment to get a few things that I want to collage into this because it'll make it more interesting. Okay, so I've got a bunch of things to work on here. So I think the first thing I want to do, before all of that, I want to get this sealed under the Mod Podge. So let's do that. I'm just going to snip off the excess here. And then we can work on another project while the Mod Podge is drying. And I'm also going to clip it down into a tag. Okay. And before I Mod Podge it, I probably want to ink, distress ink. Then also maybe a little on the surface of this. Just bring some brown into here and into here, as well as now this is blue distress oxide, so when I Mod Podge it, it's probably going to get reactivated again, which is okay. So I want to add a little, I am, even though that's the ground and blue doesn't necessarily make sense, it's okay. Because I think I'm also going to take a little crushed olive, and we'll just grab some of that and put it down here too. This little fairy girl looks like she's just sitting here watching me like, ah, do as you must. Okay, so Mod Podge, let me grab it. So we'll just paint this on. Start here with the picture. My house is so quiet because it's the hour in which my daughter gets picked up from school. So my whole family today is out getting her and I'm here. Just having a little bit of a peaceful day. Okay, so we've got the picture covered. Now let's just go and cover the rest. This will be good also on this paper towel because it will kind of even out the texture a little bit, but it'll still have that texture but not be so pronounced. I really love how it looks though. little bit of texture as I put this down. Okay, I'm just going to wipe a little off the edge of the picture here. Okay, so this is going to need some drying time. I will set this aside and we're going to do a couple things while we wait for it. So now I'm going to play with this bit of lace and this little loop of thread. So I'm going to grab a couple of sprays. Shake, shake, shake. Okay. This is Distress Oxide spray in pine needles, and this is Distress Oxide spray in walnut stain. So I will start with walnut stain. Just going to give like a couple little sprays of walnut stain. We don't need both sides because you're only going to see one side of this. Then pine needle. Then just a daub of coffee. And then I'll use this little bit to just muck it around here. I'm gonna muck the strings around. This I don't so much need mucked around. I'm just gonna kind of blend it a little, flip it over, smoosh it around in this. Okay. And then one more spray of this, and that is what I want, I think. I'll set this aside here just on a piece of coffee dye paper. And that little bit will, yes, go into my scraps because that's a cool piece of paper. Also, a quick little demo of being able to spray through lace with your oxides. That's a thing you can do. Now let's just tidy up my table a little bit here. Clean, clean, clean. This is actually from another project, but we might as well clean it up too. Okay, there we go. Now that can sit and dry at the back of my desk. Oops, and I'm going to now grab my butterfly here. And I'm going to ink around that with a bit of crushed olive to just have that other fun green kind of coming into it. I love a bluey green with a yellowy green. It's one of my favorite color combos. So instead of like grunging this up with brown, we'll do this instead. And then set it here. Give it a coffee spray. Just a light one. Whoops, I say that and then blub. That's okay. Alright, then get rid of the wet paper because things tend to dry better when they're not sitting on wet paper. And I will hit this with the heat gun. Beautiful, and that's good to go. Then the other thing I want to do is I want to create a few stickers that I can put down on top of the base of this. So I want to make them a little interesting though. So these are vellum stickers, so they're a little see-through. And I'm just going to lay them on top of some text. So you'll get that hint of text there, because these couldn't lay on top of that paper towel all that well, even though it's been Mod Podged. It still will need, I think, a little bit more like thickness, right? Strength. Because any kind of a vellum sticker is really thin, and it'll take on the bumps and grooves of whatever you put it on. Oh yeah, I'm so bad at peeling these. but they do stick really well, which is great. And another one. I think I'll do 4 of these. So there's 3. Maybe this big one would be good. Okay. I'm just going to clip the rest of these and set them to the side, actually, because I might end up using some more of them. Okay. Then I'll cut this out. So then we're just going to kind of fussy cut right around them. And I'm going to go a little bit closer than what the sticker originally did, because we know these always have a ton of white border. I want to get rid of that this time. So tell me, what has been your favorite project that you've seen us make, any one of us, thus far during this challenge? What have you enjoyed about it? Have you enjoyed it? Would you like to see this kind of a collaboration here again? Also, let me know, did you discover one of my friends, RedParrot or ChellesCreativeChaos, as a result of this collaboration, or did you discover me from their channels? I'd love to know. And I'd also just love to know in general, you know, how's it going, what you working on. I really love the community feeling of collaborating. It's not just about, you know, growth from people finding you or, you know, finding your collaborators. It really, like, I think strengthens the friendships of the people who collaborate, as well as just like their communities, you know, the people who are watching, you guys, you know, and everyone out there who takes an interest in what we do. It's just nice to all sort of be up to the same thing. I think that that's one thing that I really like am starting to understand the joy of, that, you know, it started in our time of lockdown, right, where we were so dependent upon communication from each other, but like through social virtual events. I personally loved when there were so many things going on, like concerts online and kitchen parties and, you know, film screenings and just all those virtual things. It was such a nice thing to be able to just do all of that from home. It was great. Okay, so this now, I'm going to try to just dry it a little bit with my heat gun as well, not too aggressively. And as it dries, you'll see the colors are getting a little more like diverse. There's more than one color there. There's about 3. And you don't want to get too close to your string. It will burn and break. So that's good. Okay, so all my bits and pieces here are ready to go. Now I just need to go check on my tag and see what state it's in. I shall return. Okay, so this is mostly dry and I really love the texture. You can still see it's got a little bit of wetness to it. It will dry. It will dry fully clear. I'm just going to work with it now because let's work with it. I want to get going. Okay, so this, let's just wind this back up a little because I kind of want it to string from about here to here. Maybe it's like some kind of a fairy net or something, right? Like some kind of a thing that she's doing. You could even kind of hang off the side there. Maybe it's a butterfly. Something to do with the butterfly, maybe. Yeah, I kind of like that. and she's like in the background and this is like the foreground. So I think what I'll do while I'm here at this stage is probably glue this down. It's a bit of art glitter glue. Right on top of the string there. And then I'll head over to the sewing machine and I'll sew around this tag. And get this all secured, like this string and the other part here, the crochet. Okay. Good, good. And our little stringy net there. And I mean, I could make that a little messier too if I wanted. Just remember, you can't go back, Cindy. Okay. If we do this, we've got to be decided. All right, I kind of like that a little bit more oblong in that way. So I'm going to stitch around the tag in that traditional kind of manner, I think. And then I'll come back to add some more fun mushrooms, I think. Or do we want to just add those now? Yeah, let's do that because, you know, I might want to do something more here and that will require stitching, you know. This one here, because it stands up on the dark green. This one over here. And I do love that text just kind of poking through a little bit subtly there. Very cute. We have this little one here, and I might kind of have it coming off. Or maybe it doesn't even need to be there. I don't know. Maybe we don't want too many of these. We don't want them to be too much. Or do we need maybe one like a little more ethereal somewhere here? I think it's a little too big. So I just fussy cut this one out and I'm going to glue it down as well. Just kind of coming up right here. Just a little more subtle. Okay. Let's look at these little ones and see. I don't think we really need a whole lot more. No, I don't think I want to put anything there. Okay, so let's move all the mushrooms over here. Now, what I do want to add though too are words. We have at the edge of the wood. That's cute. The old oak tree. Little cottage. Ooh, little cottage. That's great. Yes. Okay. So we'll add a little cottage up there. Because it kind of fills that little blank area a bit. And then at the edge of the wood sort of takes away from the hard line of the bottom of that mushroom. Like it looks like it's kind of not growing properly out of what it would in nature. Okay, then I'm trying to decide if something over here isn't exactly what I want or if I need something more. In my collage situation here, so I kind of want to keep that up there, but no, too much. Maybe just a little bit of, oh, you know what I think would be cute? Maybe is get a longer piece of this slightly. Fold it over maybe this way. And it could be like a little tab, like a little wraparound, although maybe the small one would be better. We'll just put a very little amount on the back, but sort of have it wrapping around like that. Yeah, let's do that. I like that. Just the littlest amount here, and that will come over. Perfect. Okay, so I think now we're ready to go to the sewing machine and do the stitching that I promised to do quite some time ago. So I'll be right back. All right, so here we are, we're all finished, and I am really happy with the result of this project. It became considerably more mixed media than I had initially thought it would be, but yeah, it's really fun. I put a mushroom on the back too, and I left that grungy strip from that box. I thought it was fun, and yeah, this whole thing is just really sweet, and I think it would be good in any kind of a nature, magic, fairy, mushroom, you know, kind of cottage journal, woodsy journal. It just hits all those marks. So that is my project today. I'll see you tomorrow for the next day of Round Robin. Don't forget to check out my friends. They're doing something fun today too. Bye for now.